everyone. My name is Jun Dai. As Professor said, I'm a third-year PhD student. I want to be third year, not move to the fourth year. So today I'm going to talk about some of my ideas about my dissertation. Actually, it's maybe a little bit different from what you have heard from other PhD students. So I believe you have already know from other students about clusterings, exceptions of exceptions, etc. So those techniques is to either detect anomalies, to discriminate different types of customers, etc. Right? So you have already have those ideas. So have you ever think about it, like if these techniques keeps growing? I mean, those are so many techniques, so many methods will come out, right? So do you have one question is that how can I handle it? Okay, there are so many methods right there, like tools right there. Like how can I use it? Or if I'm facing audit clients, like which audit tools should I use, or which a bunch of audit tools should I use, right? Maybe if I'm serving a bank, right? I do an audit for a bank. I will use such method, and then I switch to another client, say a grocery store, or a Walmart, like those large retailer. So should we use very different methods as from those tools we use for bank, right? Because they are from different industries, we think that maybe we should use different methods, right? And also, since we have so many methods, it's not able to review all those apps, all those methods, and then we select from them. Okay. So what I'm thinking is that maybe it's time to create a system that can help you, that can give you a guidance about what data analytics should I use. Okay. And it will actually save your time. You do not have to go to the marketplace, review each method, each tools, and then you select from them. It will waste you so much time, right? Especially when you are very new to audit data analytics, right? Maybe you have to understand each tools, which the underlying knowledge about it. Maybe you are very auditor, you have much knowledge about auditing, but you just do not have that knowledge about data analytics, those machine learning, those data mining, etc. Right? So I think this may be a problem. Maybe for now it's not, because there are not so much method out there. But however, in the very near future, I can imagine that there will be lots of audit tools out there. So you have to choose from them. So this why I call my dissertation topic is this analysis of analysis. So for the second analysis, I mean those data analytics tools. For the first analysis, I mean how can we organize those analytics tools? How can we choose from them? How can we generate plan for them? How can we also explain the outcomes? How can we get knowledge from those outcomes? Okay, so that's why I name my dissertation topic is this analysis of analysis, and I break it down to three phases: planning, audit app selection, and results ads. for audit app selection, it may be a more like advanced term. Actually, you can just imagine it, treat it as like a regular audit tools, data analytics tools. For example, look for duplicate payments is an audit app. Okay, maybe look for transactions happening in weekend is an audit app. So audit app is just like auditing procedures that programmed in computer using computer language, like program language to computer it. Okay, so this is a very simple idea about this audit app selection. So let me just move to the next slide. Okay, so let's talk about this story at the very beginning. So why I have this idea and why my idea may come true. Okay, so let's start with this audit data standard. So actually, nowadays, like the auditors are actually doing some data analytics. The biggest, one of the biggest issues they think is that like they cannot have a very good method to convert data from one format to another format. Actually, they have to do it lots of times, but they simply do not have a very simple method for each time they have to convert it, like during these processes. But let me give you an example. So imagine that you are dealing with an audit client, and in their ERP system, they have lots of tables and lots of fields, right? Lots of columns, right? And they have different they name their fields in a certain way. Okay. And then, okay, you are dealing with this audit client, and you say, okay, I review your data dictionary. I know which those field is about. Okay, so then I know, okay, I understand your data, and then I can do my data analytics. Okay, and for the next time you are dealing with another audit client. Okay. They have their own ERP system, and they define their own. They have their own data dictionary. They have their own tables. They have their own like fields, etc. Okay. Then you have to go through all this process once again. Okay. So you have to look at their data dictionary, and you have to understand what each field is about. Okay, and then after you understand the data, and then you can do this, do your analysis. Okay, so it seems that it's very annoying, right? Why you have to like go through all this process once and once again? Okay, so how can we like deal with this issue? So one possible solution is to generate a data standard, so that all those companies can follow this data standard. So that like to auditors, so each companies have a very standard data. So the auditors just need to understand the data standard, so that they do not have to go through this process once again. They just know that, okay, this table is about this is a sales table. Okay, the first column is this transaction ID. The second name is the transaction date. The second column is this transaction date. The third column is the customer. The fourth column is transaction amount, etc. Okay, so they know that, okay, if this audit clients provide us this sales table, each sales table will have the first column as this transaction ID, second column as this transaction date, third column customer name. Okay, so for all those audit clients, it will be the same. So it will save much time for the auditors. So they do not have to understand, to look at the data dictionary of all those audit clients. They just know that all their data are standardized. So each client have the same data dictionary. Okay, so they do not have to understand it once again. They can just understand what this standardized data is about. Okay, so it's really save much time for the auditors. So that's why this in August 2013, AICPA have launched this 3 audit data standard. Okay, the one is this base standards. The second one is this general ledger standard, and the third one is this accounts receivable subledger standard. So these standards defined the table's name of these 3 accounts, right? And they also defined the field name and field format for these accounts, so that if each audit client follows these data standards, their data structure will look exactly the same. Okay. So in that case, auditors are very happy that they do not have to understand the client data. They can just pull the client data out, and they can do their analysis. Okay. And also, it's another benefits from this audit data standards is this data analytics vendors, data analytics tools vendors. Okay, so they actually also want to follow this audit data standard to pre-program their tools. So their tools will automatically recognize, for example, when this tools want to detect the transactions happening on weekends. So they can directly know, okay, so what fields should I use? I should use this transaction ID. Okay, we should use transaction dates, maybe transaction amount, etc. So these audit tools will be pre-programmed. Those variables will be pre-programmed in these audit tools, so that these tools will automatically pull this data from this audit client and automatically run this data and give the result. Okay, so these audit data standards can dramatically increase the audit automation. Okay, so that's why AICPA states there, audit data standard can facilitate the creation of not just standardized data, but also standardized audit applications that can exploit the data. Okay, so that's why, from this statements, I just think that, okay, so how about we want to automate all these data analysis processes from the beginning to the end. The beginning is that the auditors want to generate a plan for audit data analytics. Okay, they want to know, okay, which audit assertions should I use for this audit client? Okay, and what audit procedures should I use to support this assertion? And then the next step is that, okay, I have this plan. How can I realize it? Yes, that is a tricky one. You can do that. However, you need to link, the original of data file to this variables in that audit tools, right? It's what you said. Yeah, so you have to kind of mapping, right? But this one is like for each audit client, you have to do one mapping, right? For another audit client, you have to do another mapping because they have a different data dictionary, right? So you have to do this once and once again. So it's kind of time consuming. So if you feel, if all those audit clients follow these audit standards, you do not have to do it at all because all this data field is it's the same, right? So you can, because you are follow these data standards, transaction ID is called transaction ID, transaction date is called transaction date. It's not like other like transaction identification, like you. Yeah. Okay. So because of this audit standard, I'm thinking that like this whole process is maybe automated because this audit client data can be directly put into this audit tools without any like transformation, so that this whole process can be to a certain levels of automation, but it also should be under control of auditors. So for each, it's kind of that auditor's job is to supervise these processes. The auditors need to tell the system saying that like what I want to do, and also what do I need, and also like what should I do in the next step, etc. Okay, so then I just give you a vision about what this like whole system will be. Okay, so the starting point of the system is this data from audit client, and this final step is this audit report. Okay, it can be an audit report for financial statements, and it also can be an audit report for internal use. Okay, so the first thing is just I talked about is that when since we have this audit data standards, we want to kind of standardize this the audit client's data so that after the data is standardized, it can be automatically input into this audit analytics tools, etc. So it can increase this automation. And yes, you can bring a bridge between this client data and this standardized data. Okay, the next step is to generate audit plan. Okay, so it's just like the traditional audit plan, but it's specific for audit data standard. Okay, so I already know that there are some tools that is for this traditional audit for traditional audit planning, but there is no tools specifically for audit plans. Specific for audit data analytics. So since audit data analytics is a new stuff, these auditors may not have like much knowledge about it. So that we want to use the system, use this computer to automatically generate a plan just for audit data standard. Okay, so for now, I'm imagine that we can use the existing plans for audit data standards. For example, like some auditors have already done some plans for audit data standards, and we can borrow their existing audit plans to kind of do some manipulation, customization to generate a new audit plan specific for this audit client. Okay. So from now, I'm thinking to use this process mining to do that, and I won't tell the details about it. Okay. Okay, and after we generate this plan, okay, how can we realize it? How can we actually realize this plan? How can we actually do our audit processes? So here we want to introduce this concepts of audit apps. So those audit apps is just audit procedures, but using using computer script to realize it. Okay, so tools for detect duplicate payments, tools detect this transactions happening on weekend, etc. So each method can be a tool, can be an audit app. Okay, so after we generate this plan, so there are so many audit apps on the market, right? Because, for example, this ACL will create their own audit program, audit tools. IDEA will also create their own audit apps, and maybe other companies like Oversight and a bunch of other companies will create their own audit apps. So there are lots of audit apps. So which one should I use for my specific client? Okay, so I also want to generate a system that can help the auditors to kind of a recommender system that can help the auditors to choose the right app to use. It's just a recommendation. It's leave the flexibility for the auditors to choose the audit apps by themselves, but it's a recommendation. Okay, and also after the auditor actually chooses this audit app, the system will also consider the auditor's behaviors for the recommendation in the future. Okay, so it's kind of this system can learning from the auditor's behaviors choosing audit apps, and then those behaviors will contribute to the next recommendation, etc. Okay, and the final step. Okay, the final step is to kind of synthesize and combine the results together, and kind of give the audit idea about what this data is about. For example, if you have done all these audit procedures, but what are those audit procedures tells us? Are this company in a good shape? Or is there, have we collected enough audit evidence? And also, how can we do for the next? Should we just close this case? What opinion should we issue? Or we need to collect more audit evidence? Okay, so we need to kind of summarize all those outcomes from all these audit apps and tell a whole story about this company. Okay, are we cool now? Should the auditors continue to investigate, or should we just issue this final report? Okay. So we want to generate a system that can combine and analyze all those outcomes from all those audit apps, and kind of combine them together and give out one opinion. Is that either it should be saying that, okay, we haven't collected enough audit evidence, so we go back to this plan phase to adjust this plan and do more audit procedures. Or we think that we are good, we find that this company is either in a good shape, or this company have some problem. What are those problems? So then we generate this final report. Okay, so this is this whole idea about this analysis of analysis. So what we are doing is that we want to first automatically generate an audit plan for these auditors, and then how can we realize this plan? We select those available audit analytics tools from the market, and after we select those audit apps, we just like input the data to these audit apps, and these audit apps will give us the outcomes. And the final step is to combine all those outcomes together and kind of give you an idea about what this data is about. Is this company good, or we need to do some more, collect some more audit evidence, etc. Actually, for this phase, we are thinking about internal auditors. Yes. Okay. Cool.
Can you tell me what you mean by belief network?
Okay. So okay. So this is too much details. So it will take me much longer to give you the concept, but I will give you an idea. It's similar to probability. So for probability, you can say like we want to predict like tomorrow it will be raining in tomorrow. Okay, so maybe you will predict that okay the percentage is like 30%. Okay, so 30% for raining to 70% for not rain. Okay, so and this belief function is that they break into like actually 3 pieces. So the first piece is that it will rain, and the third piece is that it will not rain, and there is like pieces in between is that I'm not sure. Okay, I certainly not sure. Okay, I cannot like imagine that like it will be rain or not rain. So there is one piece in between. Okay, so this is this can be applied to our auditing. Is that the auditor, when the auditors collect all those audit evidence, right? They want to say, okay, from this evidence, I'm like 10% sure this company is okay. Okay, and another 10% sure is that this company is not okay, and I have 80% in between, in that I'm not sure. I cannot guarantee that. I really cannot tell that. Okay, so imagine that you have this belief element for each of these steps. Okay, Okay, so this is the market. This is a website from a case where they are selling these apps here, and you can pay for it like a couple of hundreds to pay for it.